A young boy and his mother sit in a dark, dust-choked room. Between them, carefully held in small, dirt-stained hands, is a single piece of flatbed. They are quite literally starving to death. When a director only has 15 minutes to tell a complete story, the opening 60 seconds must establish life or death stakes. There is no time for a slow burn. Efficient storytelling relies on established narrative frameworks. In his analysis of human stories, Christopher Booker identified a pattern he called the 7 basic plots. This specific script runs on the archetype Booker named rags to riches. The mechanics of this plot dictate that the protagonist begins in a state of absolute, crushing deficit. The depth of that initial struggle maximizes the perceived distance of their eventual growth. By anchoring the story in this ancient archetype, the writer triggers a visceral response by tapping into a hardwired narrative template. In a short film, physical settings must perform the work typically reserved for dialogue. The environment communicates the history and the struggle. These mud walls and narrow dirt paths provide an immediate baseline. The thatched roofs and cramped spaces signal vulnerability, requiring no verbal explanation. This follows the cinematic rule of show, don't tell. In our story, both the mother and the son lie to one another, claiming they have already eaten so the other will take the bread. This mutual deception illustrates their bond through sacrifice. Their actions define their relationship far more effectively than a stated profession of love. In this constrained format, the physical environment and these silent choices perform the heavy lifting of character development. A 15-minute film expands the middle act, the struggle. The boy's external conflict is financial. He cannot pay school fees. Beneath this runs a parallel line of internal vulnerability. As obstacles mount, he faces a crisis of faith. A director can visualize this isolation through wide, static shots. By shrinking the boy within the frame, the camera makes him appear incredibly small and completely powerless against his vast surroundings. When a helping figure finally intervenes, the color palette shifts. The harsh, cool tones of his despair transition into a warmer light, signaling a change in the story's emotional temperature. The intersection of insurmountable external obstacles and profound internal vulnerability creates an emotional pressure cooker that forces the audience to empathize. The boy's journey concludes with his success as an adult. He returns to his village to build a permanent home for his mother and opens a free school for the community. This architectural upgrade manifests his completed arc. The transition from a mud hut to this large, solid structure with red balconies provides a physical anchor for his newfound stability. The final cinematic technique is an overarching voiceover that anchors the film's concluding message. This requires a strategic audio mix. By dropping the background music, the editor isolates the warmth and resonance of the human voice for maximum impact. This catharsis is the product of engineering, a machine of empathy built from ancient archetypes using precise pacing and sensory manipulation.